好，我们现在就是进行到一个选择阶段，因为我真的很好奇，他们不能就是不要显示头盔吗？看一下，我真的很任务，他甚至没有任务，看一下 T，他应该有个任务的。啊，这里显示同伴头盔，开启急刹特写镜头，镜头颠簸不要。对吧？目前看起来它是没有特别的任务的那个页面，所以等于说，你看，我假设啦，假设比如说一个礼拜之后才回来玩，然后我可能就不知道这在干嘛了。那我们还是水岸，就是那个镇长那边，植物实验室就是那个后面我们去拜访那边。好了，我们跟着剧情的感觉走好了。所以我也不知道会怎么样。
I can't stop thinking on Edgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be alright now they got power, but what about the town? All those people.
能用点数10，我觉得我们远程点高一点好了，几乎都是靠远程。然后黑客也要这样子好了，还是这样。科技。那这里写说，偷袭是蹲下状态时毫无防备的敌人已造成额外伤害，所以它不是必死，它只是额外伤害而已，超烂的啦。就是我过去那边戳你一下比较痛哦，但是你还是直接就可以回身打我，超好笑。 看起来这个对啊，我看一下，无队友时伤害增加，行走速度增加，冲刺速度增加，耐久度，同伴暴击率，伤人价格减20%。这个我觉得可以点啊，不是点血就点这个。生命护甲加5。战术时间膨胀仪更快充能，应该是那个 Q 那个啦。好了，我们选这个吧。
Something you need?
有吧
I'm going. Okay.
是不是有一间？
Got it.
是那边那一间吗？我记得有一间可以要黑客什么罗森。哦，想要4个，我记得我还是只有2个，不够。这游戏我已经调这么低了，怎么还是晃一下就有点晕了？啊
Incoming. Hit it with something else. Nice hit. You got him. Woo! We made it.
它超烂的。他要不要用近战用灰的？我觉得好像比较好一点。完了，我们还要回去找李德吗？李德不是那个吗？
Sure.
上次跟他单独射一只，结果血一直掉。眼看那个，你说帕尔瓦蒂哦，还是我们让他拿近战啊？他那一把好像是散弹的吗？还是也没有啊？他是步枪。算了，我让他拿近战好了。近战不会死得更快，可是他刚刚也拿的枪好像也贴着他了耶。哇，那远程，他近战伤害比较高啊，给他近战好了。他远程伤害有点低。OK， 我们先近战看看。完了，我现在回来这里应该会被讨厌死吧？哦，所以太空人之选就是这个图案，然后这个图案就是我们开游戏的那个画面。 完了，感觉帮错边了。对，没差，应该都可以过。它这个游戏好像有多结局，只是我们可能不会跑多结局就是了。小心安安。
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters, plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was.
对，怎么选都可以过，只是结局会不同，因为就是声望会不一样啊。
Is that right? I'm dying to hear this. Please, educate me. Liberating? Edgewater is my home. The only home I've ever had.
完了，这个就是浓过头了。
Decades of my life to this place. I never asked to be liberated. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you.
哇，威吓不够。
Edgewater's dead. Our cannery's dead. Adelaide's deserters are never coming back. Spacer's Choice will shut us down before long. Some of us will die of illness by then. Some will move on. Some will starve. And as for me, I will tender my resignation, whereupon I shall be processed and then duly imprisoned for gross incompetence. Apologies won't give us our lives back, but for what it's worth, I am sorry too.
他还没有想要杀我，真的是也是人蛮好的啦。工程学降低当前同伴攻击敌人时的威吓，使敌人更避免攻击此同伴。我 OK， 怪来打我，然后我还要点他的技能，让怪来打我，是不是？你们就要加哪个啊？工程学家，工程学是拆解武器，因为我觉得还好。你们觉得要选让他不要被打，还是生命力强一点？他如果选近战的话，是不是？生命，好好好，我也这么觉得，感觉选哪个都好烂。
Incoming!
欸，他真的不行欸，他真的不太行欸，他还是我刚刚想说让他看一下他的近战怎么样，好像有点，那让他远程吗？啊，远程。笑死！快死了！你要不要吃一点血啊？
Yeah, huh?
你还敢说怎么了？ 等于说我在这里就很容易被打。那算了，零锁。哇，这是灵鼠吗？怎么长得有点诡异啊？等一下，等一下，等一下，等一下。OK， 我就知道。我只要说我感觉跳下去会伤害，算了，来不及了。
Here we go! Nice one!
欸，他远程好像好一点欸，让他远程好，感觉他。哎哎，这人也摔断，隔壁那个也摔断，对。干嘛？全部都是玩 Subnautica 是不是？
Moving.
哎，要他的，可恶！我想看他摔断腿。他呢？哎，他竟然给我绕远路，超好笑啊！两个人都啊。
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post. I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the
他是
choice.
机械工啊，对啊
I。want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think? Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I had my misgivings about Miss McDevitt and the deserters, but you took pity on them and sent power to their garden even though you knew Mr. Thompson would hate you for it. All this time, you've been determined to get your regulator back, get your ship up and running, and cut a path out of this place. And well, I won in. Not much of an Edgewater left to go back to.
所以他其实也是算在帮自己找个理由吧。
I've been seeing the same faces every day, the same sky.
就是因为已经被奴太久了，也觉得自己没办法放弃水岸镇，但是同时又觉得那个环境很糟。
I made up my mind to come along with you.
然后现在就是正好就是让他可以放弃水岸镇。
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you
耶，我在这
Captain
里也是
now.
Captain， 我现在变舰长了。I'm Captain。上边按到了啦。你们觉得我要升哪个啊？你们看起来的话，这边是同伴的护甲跟技能，然后这是下面这个是同伴的部分，然后这个是强化跟拆解的部分。这个就是偷袭超没用的，现在觉得解锁跟开锁，目前我最高的是这一块啦。对话我觉得其实有点需要我们刚才就少2。格挡呢，点个10好了。我觉得有点基础数值好了，但是最少都要有20。进行特殊攻击命令同伴进行特殊攻击。那我看一下，那先把这个点到20好了，这样子，然后至少这边会有开一个这个，然后其他的2我就点到。就先留着好了，因为点了也没什么用。你可以命令你的同伴对你的目标进行特殊能力 C 跟 B。C 跟 B 是这里啦，这里有任务啦我误会他了，有啦。支线任务左1。这个怎么失败了？这个没有失败啦，这个地方。那什么？水岸北边的东边掠夺者营地。我们先走主线吧，我觉得。不要，我们要升级东西吗？这我觉得超强的可是强化要好贵哦。 目前是还可以啦，我觉得是，我倒希望手枪可以强一点，就是为什么这个比较强？哦，因为它的状态很低。然后修理还需要武器部件，那我不如直接换一把新的，因为那蛮好取得的。
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part.
感谢你为他们的死亡贡献了自己的一份力量。
What can I do for you, Captain?
在哭哦。
Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders. What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Hmm. 我们要不要先去解支线？要解支线吗？你们觉得呢？那它为什么说有标，但是我又看不到？哦，这里了，志同道合，有报酬吗？应该要，我们先解解看，解一个看看。志同道合在那里，它就是说，来它。他说：“东边的掠夺者营地里去，前往营地确定的位置。”但是我帮他们之后，他们这也没什么对话吗？怎么可能？我可是帮了他们呢。
Oh gosh.
You hear that? That low, pleasant hum of electricity? I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. Blunt as a hammer. But you're right. Nothing can undo the past. Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go. I don't look forward to turning folk away. Camp's gotta stay pure, though. Can't have corporate loyalists.
我在想说，如果另外的人要来，为什么？其实他们可以接纳。现在是他们说，
Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't know
他们
us a thing.
其实不太会去接纳那些人
Crawling
的。
with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life. You're not quite like anyone else I've met. You haven't had your consciousness programmed by the board. You're welcome among us if you're ever so inclined. You are welcome here.
You hungry? We got something I'll help. The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer.
“好像没有比较紧，直接走路吧。”
What is it?
干嘛对我这么凶啊？我可是帮了你们的人呢。
Heading out. Okay, moving out. Gotcha. Here goes nothing.
哦，他死了。对不起，我对不起他。我不知道他只能睡2秒啊。对呀、他怎么？他只能睡2秒，他睡了完直接吐入里面，怎么办？我对不起他，我真的是没有想到啦。我有办法救他吗？他在哪里？啊，他活嘞！他起来了，可以了，他放了一个大招。怎么这么粗鄙呀？因为这个劲太大了吧？我手枪而已。
Sure thing. I'm going. All right, I'm on the move. I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
哎呦！
Stand and deliver! Always wanted to say that. Whoa! Whoa!
啊！都是那个炸弹害的。 他刚才说我是不是要先去卖点东西掉？我觉得，我要去哪里卖东西？我先去卖东西好了，然后，那我猜这里也会有，在这废弃，算了。哪里可以卖东西呢？哦，可以拆解。那我把这些垃圾。但是我这个要卖给谁啊？那我卖给他，他会收吗？
Something I can. Fresh off the limb.
哦，可以，也可以出售。那我看一下，我要出售。税哦，那我就有钱了。你居然都算垃圾，然后有钱就可以来升级这个了。觉得手枪我必须升级一下，然后。最主要是手枪，它要先这样改装。 我们把那个存档存在另外一个，原来也是一个选择点，然后存在这。最主要是手枪东西的子弹还是多了，最好尽量都用手枪。好。
This'll be quick. Look out, Cap! No! Here I go! We made it! I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
知道那些东西可以卖钱之后，必须得收了。蒙起来，蒙起来。外面那个吗？我知道，我看到。第一间，好，等一下。第一间。这个吗？还是？屋子里的这个，哦，这个是不是？
Easy.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways. What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. I'm great at clarifying.
你怎么还会活着？
I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them.
这只是一群以前的工人在我这里。
I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma. I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it. No. I insinuated myself
然后我刚刚
into
直接
their
把他的
company,
同伴打
see?
死了。
And they didn't seem to mind one whit. I've got all the time in Halcyon. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong. I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me. Wait, you're telling me he's got a copy of the Mass Marketeer? Why didn't you say so? I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me.
这样就说服成功了。结果说那么多，他只是想要看那个电影嘛。
Please don't point that at me.
哦，他们会生气耶。鼻孔，他不会生气耶。哦，然后我觉得有这个还蛮方便的。
What is it?
What is it?
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway? Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something.
哦，所以解这种支线就是给经验值啊，那给经验值就是可以去升级这样子。那值不值得就但我觉得前期可能蛮需要的。为什么好像没有追踪的任务啊？我真的很想要让他再去前面捶一拳，但是我怕他会死掉。
Okay.
哎呦，去吧。这个一触发好慢哦。这把枪的触发要近距离，然后它还要蓄力，好慢。这还蛮强的，对，它要蛮近的。那干脆下次就是让他前面夯一拳，然后我们直接硬干，不是硬干啊，直接在旁边打这样子。这个劲这么大，我真的是不懂，手枪的劲这么大是怎么样的？后面在忙什么？这也蛮漂亮的，吓死我了！这感觉就有东西。
You're fast.
好爽，哎呦，你在那边也被电到，我站这里没事。刚刚那个应该是电地雷。不知道现在牧师会对我讲什么。这里的灯光都变了。
the lights in town went out. Since then, I've had wild-eyed workers begging my guidance. I'm surprised you would go along with this action, Ms. Holcomb.
I'm not sure what the right and wrong of it is, sir. But leaving the deserters with neither walls nor lights would have left them to the mercy of marauders.
Let's hope walls alone are sufficient, then. Oh, inarguably. This town was a pustule on the ass of the architect. Metaphorically speaking. You took it upon yourself to decide the fate of strangers. I don't know whether that's confidence or arrogance. Either way, I'm fascinated. I've never seen you before, and there's been no paperwork indicating a transfer. Half the time it's wrong, but a new worker without paperwork? Unheard of. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal. Pretty universal here, except for Ms. Holcomb, who, for some reason, doesn't seem to have much to say to me. Isn't that right?
It's just... there's more to it all than numbers. Sorry.
I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town. No, I am not. Though there is something to your accusation. It is wrong for me to succumb to distress. I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people here. They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No? How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
那对自己工作不满的人必对万事不满，不行。
Selling? No. It is free for all who seek it. I'm sorry you don't find these tried and true words of wisdom to your liking. Have you? These people need something, anything they can grasp to survive. Delving into the metaphysical minutiae of the grand plan would be nonsense to them, if not worse. My apologies. The townsfolk are having a tough time of it, and it's been difficult for me to enrich their lives. They are good people. It is just difficult to reach them. Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French! Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn. There is little more important than such a precious, rare text. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted. Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death. Yes, You're right. Such are the workings of the equation. And I've only my own hubris to blame. I certainly never planned for this contingency. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew. Free spiritual counseling, someone to watch your back, not to mention a
wow, 免费的精神辅导。
I'm 28.
Exactly. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick or any blunt instrument.
他会投掷球
I'm
杆，
also a passable gun hand if it comes to
枪法
that.
过得去。
I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though.
OK，
Oh, I'm fairly competent
所以
at hacking
加他
computers
应该
as
是
well.
说服会上升。
Well, understanding computers is, though I admit I took it further than most. And I was quite the 32nd back during my seminary days. Left many an opponent bleeding on the field. Of course, I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling. More dedicated than any other you'll find in this colony. I joined the OSI to help decipher the grand plan. But instead, I ended up the vicar in a prison due to ignorance and politics. Then I came here. Satisfied? Most laypeople are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's the long and short of it. So, what do you think? Fantastic. I promise you won't regret this.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
喝水，谢谢 Hair。
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery and to leave this place behind.
Hair 不是
It
还
is my
在
esteemed
拍吗？
pleasure to serve as your crew vicar, Captain.
所以如果没有接这个支线的话，就没有这个
I could spend
就没有牧师、
Tell
欸
me.。Nothing too out of the ordinary. That's what I grew up in a pit of... I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was... My parents, ironically, they internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
"等一下，我忽然发现他这个游戏很用心诶、他这个全
They
配
thought
音
I
诶、
was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me. The simple version is this. The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. Is the Grand Architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose? The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan.
"我看咯。
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction. I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated. I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story? You were the one who started this conversation. Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death. I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosophist scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's also who told me the only one I'm aware of. I suppose. A thousand pardons, my good captain. I thought we were engaging in witty repartee. Now, we should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. They're easily hackable. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure. Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time. I meditated, led sermons. Thank you. Of course. If I can access the data cartridge from the terminal that'll give us date. I'll comb the... By what a... Will...
哦，啊，不对啊，我怎么让他回来？不是，回来啊！完了，尬。换人什么意思？他已经加入了，但是我刚才把他 我刚刚选那个对话之后，他回去飞船那边了，所以我去飞船那边看看好了。那对话不是啊，我怎么喝这个？没事，我看一下。他没有写。同伴跟随，里长按跟随，同伴攻击 ，CB X 查看同伴再三看。请问一下，那个键是哪个键？comma 是哪个键呢？引号，我也忘记了。逗点，那我按逗点没有反应。这个嘞，哦，有了有了，不对啊，这个也只有。还是我刚才就不应该选那个？要重读档吗？ 可以，可是我找不到哎，就是没有那个地方在哪里呀？
Something you need?
那甚至不能跟他对话哎，算了，我重读档好了。
As always, I am at your disposal. Any... I could spend... So... Yes? What's up? Thank... By... what? Will do, Cap. I find my... some...
不能呢。Oh my god！ 快要被用疯了，这游戏。
Welcome back, Captain. All systems are now operating. We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells. Based on my initial calculations of Dr. Wells's personality, that seems highly unlikely.
Aha, there you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying.
对啊，这个叫梅
The
普号
chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly. Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so... Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the
店
captain's
长的
quarters.
寝室可以找到。
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. It has limits. First-generation technology use. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long. Best you maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention. Ha 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 ha! The beauty is, activate the disguise. Excellent. I'll contact... And remember, don't trust the board. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them...
Transmission ended. If you...
12，看一下我可以把什么提上来。闪避格栅。哦，出现了啦！现在才出现，真的是279，弄那么久。 还是近战？近战有没有通吗？这个竟然是远程。他这一把是比较好的耶，武器不用换，物价9。哦，16啊！那开锁加5，我这快坏了。黑客加10，黑客加10。我觉得要拆掉一些那个去。 差点忘记拿。
Make yourself at home, Captain.
还是我们停在这里，因为快要12点了。因为我刚才在那边弄那么久。那个第一个就不要盖掉的。